What's up, people? Rasati out here in Singapore, and thank you so much for joining me on the Night Owl podcast. You guys, thank you for being here with me, listening to me rant so many times. I know this march to 1,000 episodes has been got taxing and exciting and just full of ups and downs. I have taken so many breaks this year because I wasn't sure if I could make it, or I wasn't sure if I was in the kind of frame of mind that I needed to be in to be able to give you actually a useful message. I didn't want to be ranting and raving on here. I didn't want to be bitching about stuff and complaining about things. I wanted to give you an objective viewpoint. I wanted to be able to tell you how I see the world after I've been through some difficult times, after I've let my mood take over for, a couple of days or whatever. And so I woke up this morning thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not sure how I'm going to get this done. I'm not sure how I'm going to complete this cycle. I have still so many episodes to be able to upload and caption and put out there. So to be honest, I woke up with a panic attack. I haven't had a panic attack in a couple of years, I think. I've been pretty good about it. I've been pretty steady. I've been good with money. I've been watching my diet. I've been doing the best I can to self-regulate at this point, because I don't have anyone to co-regulate with, self-regulate all of my emotions and my worries and my fears, and I thought I'd been doing really well until this morning. I woke up and I was like, I can't breathe. I can't sit up. It's that vice grip feeling around my chest, and I don't know how to, and I had to calm down. And I had to be like, okay, you're worried about something. What the hell are you worried about? And part of it is, yeah, I am worried about the fact that in another 4 days, it's the end of the year, and I've promised so many things to so many people, I don't know how I'm going to get it done. And of course, it's not, deadlines as in like, I need to get it done by the end of the year, but it's things that I've told people that, yes, you know what, I can help you with that. I can make sure that I get this, deadline finished. I can meet this goal. I can prepare, items for you. I've promised a lot of people, and amongst those lot of people is me, all of my goals, all of my dreams for the empire that I'm trying really hard to create. So when I woke up this morning, the panic set in, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I couldn't stretch. I couldn't roll out of bed even. Sometimes when I can't sit up, I try to roll out of bed. I was really, really in the throes of a panic attack, and suddenly I realized, it dawned on me. Today's the last Monday of the year. Today is the last Monday of 2020. There will not be another Monday. I woke up on a Monday morning worried, freaking out, just overwhelmed and frustrated at the same time, because I could have done all this ahead of time. I could have put in work, a little bit at a time and been consistent, and it wouldn't be such a big burden right now, but I didn't. I paid attention to my mental health because guess what? The social media growth can wait, and the money can wait, but my mental health cannot. My mental health is not going to wait for me to be in a great space so that I can deal with it then. It's going to demand to be felt. My feelings demand to be felt on a daily basis. The opportunities that I have to speak up for myself, to draw a boundary, correct someone's behavior, let people know whether they're hurting me or healing me, ask for help when I need it. All of those things, they matter. I just did a guided meditation for the throat chakra where it says, you know what? You feel stuck and depressed and upset when you're fighting the urge to say something because you're worried about how it might be received on the other end. You're not speaking up for yourself, and so it's hurting you because you're trying really hard to protect somebody else. So all of those things kind of came crashing down this morning. Honestly, I could not fall asleep last night. I wanted to record a lot of podcast episodes last night and get some work out the way, kind of like to reduce this burden a little bit, but I couldn't get it together. I could not focus. So I ended up watching Bridgerton for a couple of episodes, and then I finally fell asleep. I called it a night at about 3 o'clock this morning, only to wake up again, right? A couple of times because I was worried that I was going to oversleep my alarm. But when I finally actually really drifted off to sleep and woke up at 8:15, my alarm was supposed to go off at 8:30, I was in a panic. That panic really set in, like, God, Rasati, you promised so many things. You're going to have 1,000 episodes by the end of the year. You're supposed to finish your website. You're supposed to have blogs getting up and written for another client. You're supposed to have a piece written on yourself, like an autobiography almost. There's so much you've promised that you would do. And in the midst of all that, I still have to cook again because, hey, we eat every day. And so the food goes, and I need to find a way to cook again. And I need to chase people for invoices. I need to close out the year. Everything kind of sat on my chest this morning as I tried to get out of bed on the last Monday of the year. And here I am thinking, you know what, last Monday, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh my God, last Monday. And I'm freaking out about the fact that it's the last Monday, not really realizing that, okay, so if this is the last Monday of the year, what do I want to accomplish? If this is the last Monday that I wake up in 2020, what do I want to say to the world? What do I want to let people know? I don't want them to continually wait for that next big opportunity or the first of the month to start something or, a 14-day program or a 21-day program. I don't want them to wait for any of those things. I want them to get up and do what's in their heart to do every day while they take care of their responsibilities, of course. Now, I know there are a couple of people in my life that don't have any responsibilities, not real ones. They know that at some point they're going to have to pay off a debt. They know that at some point they're going to have to, get their life together and find what it is that they love to do so they can do that over and over again. Like get to work on their dream. I know that there are some people in my life that are kind of just floating in the wind at the moment because there's nothing to tie them down to the earth. There's nothing that says, hey, I need you, I depend on you, so you gotta show up. For me, that's exactly what it is. There are plenty of people depending on me. And I'm not talking about, my social media fans. No. I'm talking about family members who depend on me in order to eat. I'm talking about people who can't do for themselves, so I need to be around to do for them. Or who can do for themselves, but they're not in a position to really get it together and do it, so they need a little help, they need a little assistance, they need me to hold their hand for a little while. Baby girl last night, she's almost 10 years old, okay? We've lived in the same room all our lives, and it's been fun, it's been great, she's never been away from me, but now it's getting to a point where if she goes to bed, I have to be in the room when she goes to bed, or she doesn't feel like she can sleep. And that's a dependence thing, and I don't want her to be stuck like that, because what if I have to go on a work trip somewhere? Or what if I have a late shoot and she has to go to bed and I'm not home? Like, I need her to be okay with that. I need her to not, freak out and panic herself into an attack on her senses where she can't fall asleep because now she's frightened herself. And I didn't realize how much she depended on me because I don't make her do a lot on her own. Because I feel bad. I feel guilty. I want to make up for the fact that I destroyed her sense of family at a very young age. And it was for her own good and for my own good as well. But even then, there was no sense of home. I moved everything. Everything started being in flux after that point. So when I look at my life, there are a lot of people who need me, literally on a day-to-day basis. Some of them from hour to hour. I have friends and family who know that I'm in the mental health space and I am here to help. And I know that whenever they feel like it, they reach out because they're panicking. They're not sure what to do. They're scared. They're upset. And as much as I want to help for free, I still have my family to feed. But I'm not in a position where I can tell them, hey, you know what, you need to pay me or I'm not going to talk to you. Because that's also rude, crude, and socially unattractive. So what I want this morning when I woke up on the last Monday of the year was to remember the fact that while it is the last Monday of the year, and while I do have deadlines looming and lots of work sitting around me, I need to also take the time to appreciate just how far I've come, how much I've accomplished this year. This year so far to date, I've done more podcast episodes than I've done in any other year previous to this one. Even though I took days off, because whenever I took a day off, I went back and I made up for it. I made sure there was a podcast episode for every day. If you notice, all of my episodes this year are dated day by day. I've made sure that I have a podcast episode for every day of the month, every day of the year so far. And no, they're not all uploaded yet. That's part of the thing, I gotta sit down, I gotta adjust, as in like put the intro on and upload and caption and date and everything. So they're all recorded. They're all sitting and waiting for me. It's all like this, this pile of files with eyes looking at me like, yo, okay, you gonna get to me today? What's going on? So I let the fear of this mountain of work scare the hell out of me this morning. To the point that when I got out of bed and took baby girl to student care and then, got my mom out the door because she had an appointment as well, and I finally came back to sit in this quiet, I didn't want to pick up my phone to record anything. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to go back to sleep, but I also know I can't go back to sleep. I can't. I've got to push it through. I've got to get through this week. And maybe I'll take the first of the year off. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm trying really hard to maintain that integrity. I said I was going to do this thing. It's a mammoth of a thing, and I don't know if I'm insane or what, but I want to see it through. Because if I can accomplish this, then the next mammoth thing I dream up, I know I will be able to find a way to do as well. There's so many mammoth things that I've done in my life so far. But for all that to come crashing down on the last Monday of the year, you see, and now I can take a deep breath. I couldn't before. Even when I was up and moving around the house, I couldn't. My back ached. My ribs hurt. It's almost like I've been holding all of this pain and my ribs are just sore now. You'd think I'd been through like a, boxing practice. The message here is that every day you will wake up and there will be something that is urgently pressing on you that you need to get done right away. And while it's important to keep all of those things in focus, I don't want you to stress yourself out. Yes, stress yourself out. And that might be another podcast episode at this point, but I don't want you to freak yourself out about the fact that the deadline's looming, you haven't done this. The deadline's looming, you haven't done this. I would rather you pick up whatever it is you need to pick up and start working on that thing that's looming. That's urgent. If I didn't pick up the phone and start recording, I would be sitting around still mulling over the fact that I have 40 more episodes that I have to listen to because I can't remember what it is that I recorded, then go add the intro, then upload it, then caption it, then, date it. There's a lot to do. And if I hesitated a moment longer while I take time to freak out, it's still a moment that I could have used to start the work. So that's why I started. What I knew I needed to do was go off and get in the mind frame to be able to do this work. I had to listen to something on Instagram or on YouTube. I chose a TED Talk. I chose a couple of videos that were going to get me into the mind frame of, you know what, I got this, I can. Yes, all these things are looming up around me. All these things are threatening to crowd out the little space that I have left in my brain for the rest of 2020. But if I don't push them back, if I don't handle them one by one, they're going to haunt me for a while longer as well, after 2020. I don't want that. I want to button up this year the best way that I can and start with a fresh, clean slate for 2021. I want new energy in 2021, so I'm going to do what I got to do. So this may be the last Monday of 2020, but guess what? I'm going to make this day count. Every minute that I have the house to myself, every minute that I don't have to be worrying about somebody else, I'm going to worry about me. I'm going to handle my business. And you know what? When the clock strikes down on New Year's, I will have made sure that I get that fresh start that I really, really, really crave at the moment. So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're freaking out about the end of the year. I hope you're not freaking out. I don't know how much work you have before the end of the year. I don't know what state of mind you're in before the end of the year. But I want you to know, honey, I'm right there with you. I'm also struggling. I'm also trying to manage all of my responsibilities and all of my commitments because I want to follow through. I want to be a woman of my word. I want to be able to feel good about the fact that I did it somehow. I managed to get everything done. So no matter where you are in your life at the moment, no matter what it is that you're staring at, whatever what it is that's occupying your mind currently, I want you to know you're not the only one. I want you to know that if you just make one thing, do one task, cross off something off your list today, it gets you that much closer. So don't give up yet. Don't go hide. Show up. Do what you got to do. Handle your business. Because I would love for you to start off with a clean slate in 2021 too, as much as is possible. All right, you guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.